cup. My vote is in my cup. In my cup, it's in my cup. My cup, my cup, my cup. Moving with the PPP. Guyana's flag is high.
Linden always does one thing for a campaign. It gives energy and strength and love, and we want to today ensure that all of this is captured so that our detractors not only see this, but come November 28th, we lead the PPP into another historic victory in Guyana. Comrades and friends, I love coming here because of the positive energy in this place. We know in this community that people went through a lot of hardships in the past, but they're resilient people. They're people who faced those adversities and never gave up, even in the dark days when things were horrible here. They never lost hope. They never forgot their dreams. And because the people of this community, the people in Region 10, the people in the riverine areas have that sort of resilience, we know that this community will change and that Region 10 will make its rightful place in the progress that is taking place right across Guyana. So tonight, as we gather here, I want to ask you a few questions. But before I do so, let me tell you a couple of things. I come from a village, Unity, Lancaster, on the east coast of the Demerara. And that village does predominantly fishing. There used to be farmers, but in the bad days when huge coconut trees grew out of the drainage canals, they had to shift into fishing. And the biggest worry for the fishermen in that village is something called barnacles. Do you know what are barnacles? Maybe from Linden, many people here don't know. But barnacles are a living organism. I almost said the other word. That would attach itself to the bottom of the boat. And then these organisms die, and the shell that remains affects the boat. It creates a whole pile of problems for fishermen. Well, last night you had an APNU rally here in Linden, and they had a lot of barnacles who came to address the people in Linden. Barnacles, people who are a shell of what they are. People from the past. Barnacles like Greenidge and Rupert Hoopner-Ryan and Deborah Bakker came to Linden to mislead you. And let me tell you, one of the barnacles, Rupert Hoopner-Ryan, said, people tonight should turn off their lights in Linden, in this area, as a sign of protest that the PPP is coming here for a rally. Well, look around you, all the lights are on. All the lights are on. Even Mortimer Mingo has his light on tonight. This shows that they're out of touch with reality. They're out of touch with modern day thinking. These people come from the past. They have no vision. They're stuck in the past. We don't want them ever again to run Guyana. We have Donald Ramotar. Donald Ramotar, a man whose vision is firmly fixed on changing this country, creating jobs for our kids, creating wealth for our people, connecting these communities, ensuring that we can live our dreams alive and make them alive again. This is what we want for Linden. This is what we want for Guyana. So when we say that APNU is dead, I say they are dying. They're not dead as yet. We can kill them only if we do certain things. Because the lifeblood for people from the past, that generation that came here last night, they get life from a few things. One is racism. And we must commit by fighting racism in all its forms to ensure that they don't become alive again, because they feed on racism. So they still target our black comrades who have come across. They still target them for assault. Jillian Borton, who was a president, the head of the Trade Unions Congress, wore a PPP t-shirt and came across to our side. She came across because she saw this is the only national party. She came across because she thinks this is the party that can lead the country into prosperity. She's been hounded not only by the PNC, but the Demerara waves and all the hostile media. They don't like that. They target people who have come across to us. Are we going to allow them to do that? Is this a party of cowards? Then we must be prepared to fight for what we believe in. Fight against racism, because every blow that we strike against racism is a blow against APNU and AFC. Comrades, the other thing that they do is not only threaten people, they also spread issues of discrimination. They say, we discriminate, and you've heard the speakers before. And we do discriminate. We discriminate in the favor of poor people. We have discriminated in favor of people who live in Region 10 by passing a special incentive regime that is different than any other part of this country, because we recognize that this region needed special help after the PNC left it in such a sad state. That is how we discriminate. We discriminate in favor of poor and women and children. This is what our party stands for. We don't discriminate against people because of their race or how they look or their religion. That is for the PNC. And so every time we fight that sort of discrimination, we deal another blow to the APNU AFC group. Comrades, these elections are about serious business too. We have managed to move our country forward, but let's harbor no illusion that we can quickly go back. Just look at the policies that are being portrayed by the opposition, things that they say they will do if they get into office. The AFC has launched a manifesto. It's plagiarized from the Central Bank Manual, from our National Competitiveness Strategy, from our National Development Strategy, from the Low Carbon Development Strategy. They took all of our policies, put it together, and say it is their manifesto. So they're guilty of plagiarism. But every time we have a PPP rally, they change their manifesto. This is the first party in the world that changes its manifesto every week. They're not just fickle in the leadership, but they're fickle in policies. Do we want to put fickle people to run this country? They can't settle on their leadership issue. To run this country, you have to have heart. You have to have commitment. You have to have resilience. Let me tell you what Trotman's resilience. Some of the comrades mentioned, when he was supposed to take up the post of Prime Minister, he said he was ill. He had a flu.